for another week of sports talk. And things are heating up. Things have heat up in the kitchen. It is now time for the real deal. All the talks, all the everything else that is going on. Yeah, man. We officially kicked off the Olympics with the opening ceremony, and that was held yesterday. And boy, I have some thoughts on what went on the opening ceremony, but I soon come to those, right? Because we had some interesting news coming out of football in Jamaica. So because we're so excited about the Olympics, I'm kind of gonna leave the Olympic news for later down in the show. So stick and stay to listen out for that. But yeah, so Olympics is going on. Cricket is still going on. I know nobody not really paying no mind to West Indies right now because we've already lost the series. And I can understand. I can understand. Olympics is going on, and we're like, yeah, West Indies, you can stay for a little. We'll look at the results and see. We'll look at the results and see afterwards. We don't really want to, pay you any mind right now. And then, of course, as I said, because, and it's interesting because one of the things that I realize now is the Olympics is maybe except for one sport, which is football. The Olympics is really the pinnacle of, and probably tennis, where they have grand slams. But I mean, and winning an Olympic or to be able to participate in the Olympics is very important for a lot of sports. So their pinnacle events is the Olympics. Like winning, participating, being a gold medalist in the Olympics counts. It is ranked higher than any other achievement in these athletes' lives. And I don't necessarily think people understand that because, we only follow track and field, and, it's good to be called an Olympic champion in track and field. But then you think of this morning, I was watching water polo, and then you had Ashley Mackenzie this morning in judo. And I'm like, there's so many sports, all these Olympic disciplines across across the different events, taking part in these different things. I mean, it it must be like crazy kind of having like it's over 71,000 athletes that will participate in the Olympics. And football will have the under 23 representation because of how football for men sees Olympics, but football for women, it's the women's national teams that are playing, and that is how Jamaica could have qualified to be the Olympics in Paris. But I mean, it is it's just looking to see that how important the Olympics is, and not even how important, but like just the camaraderie and you can see like from the different, if you watch on socials, the different countries, how their different routines are, and sharing a space for maybe the next 2 weeks and gaining new friends and the exchange of the different pins from the country. And then you see, some persons on social, they are running around trying to ensure that they get the pins of every nation that is represented in the Olympics. And that can be difficult because one, they're still focusing on their event, but not all the teams are kind of staying in like one big area. So you can just imagine like hundreds and thousands of athletes coming in, going out. And I think so far we haven't heard of any complaints out of the camp. I think the only issue yesterday was the number of persons that we could have as a smaller delegation at the Olympics, in terms of, I think a few persons had to be cut from the opening ceremony roster because I believe our numbers were decreased. But I mean, other than that, no issues yet. But as I said, I'm gonna leave the Olympics for later down in the show. But I was just like mesmerized this morning. And since because football and rugby would have begun before the actual opening ceremony, which is interesting. And then now after the official opening ceremony yesterday, had swimming and just a lot of things, tennis, and you skipping through the channels, trying to find something that, well, not trying to find something to watch, but trying to keep up with everything is just, yeah, it can be like crazy. But here, what I say, try to learn the new sports in Olympics. So that is like my goal. And my goal this year is to watch as many other sports that I don't follow on the regular time. And I think I should be good if I focus on that. And then, like when the finals and stuff, I mean, when track and field starts, everything kind of gets put on the back burner. But until then, which is not until next week, I mean, we have almost a week. Track and field starts next week, Friday. So we have almost a week until we see athletes on the track. So we have enough time to, but no, until next week, to learn a new sport, to figure out a new sport. Because I mean, like when I see something like handball, I'm like, this this is very interesting. Not only that, when I see like, artistic gymnastic for men, and I'm like, it's really just our third world country type of thing, because I'm looking and I'm saying, I see a lot of Jamaicans out there flicking and going on like that. I just feel like, we just don't have the infrastructure to facilitate some of these sports, because I feel like we could do well in some of these other sports that's going on, archery and those things. I feel like we could, we could do a thing. In my opinion, I feel like we could do a thing. But yeah, so first things first, though, let's give an update on what's going on for the West Indies. So the West Indies, having already lost their test series against England, they are currently, so in the first innings, West Indies made 282 all out. And I'll tell you how the scores went. I mean, the top scores in that first inning. So Craig Brathwaite made 61. And the next top scorer was Jason Holder. He made 59. And Joshua Da Silva made 49. So yeah, 282 in a test match. It's not really a fantastic score. Well, truth be told, it is not a fantastic score. But we move on. They haven't been playing well. In the second test, they played okay. But their second innings in the second test was just really horrible. It was just really horrible. Right? So this is now the third test. And in reply to West Indies 282 all out, England made 376 all out, with their top scorers coming from Joe Root, who made 87, Ben Stokes, who made 54, Jamie Smith, who made 95, and Chris Wokes, who made 62, right? West Indies now, they're now replying to England's score, and they are now 33-4-2. And I do believe, well, they're 33-4-2 at stumps at the end of today's play, which I do believe today is day 3. Yes, if I'm not mistaken, or 2. Right? So they're not going on too bad. They just need to, because England would have had a lead, or they still do have a lead. They would have to bat off the runs that England would have led by. And I'm going to tell you exactly what that runs looks like, or how many runs England are leading them right now, right? And then from there, they look to set England a target, which I hope is a decent target. So they trail, West Indies currently trail by 61 runs. So they have 61 runs to make now, right now. And then after making the 61 runs, they'll now set a target for England for them to come and bat a second time. So that's what's going on with West Indies. And it is, yeah, it's rather interesting because, as I said, not many persons are giving them any attention right now that the Olympics is going on, especially because they've already lost the series. All right, so what else is going on? I mean, big news coming out of the Jamaica Premier League, and I'm about to actually read that statement because I thought it was interesting and I had some thoughts. I think I'll be able to read the statement just before we go for the break. And then after the break, I'll give my thoughts. Yes? So, as I said yesterday, the Jamaica Premier League, they made a big statement. And that has to do with they're united and Phoenix. And if anybody knows about Phoenix, Phoenix is owned and run by one Craig Butler, right? So it was interesting news because I don't think, I mean, other than the persons who are behind the scenes, I don't think many persons saw it coming. But in Jamaica, they say if you can't beat them, you have to join them. And I know at the end of last season, I know Craig Butler had a lot. He had a lot to say about a particular coach. Actually, I can actually say that he had a lot to say about coach of Cavalier, Rudolph Speed. But he was, I mean, what he was saying, persons weren't really paying him any mind. However, this is no to me because I do believe that Vare United have been promoted to the Jamaica Premier League. So it is interesting now that Phoenix and Vare are now have a merger, and Save Craig Butler will be the man pretty much in charge. I find it very interesting, right? But I'm gonna leave the statement until we come back from the break. So we're just gonna go for a quick break right here on Sports Talk, and when we come back, we'll talk about the statement that was released by the Jamaica Premier League and what does that look like going forward. We'll be right back right here on Sports Talk.
Don't let freshness ditch you when you need it the most. Wash your clothes with Downy Softener to keep dazzling everyone around you from day to night. Try Downy Softener now.
National free crew come join the fight. Stop mosquito from biting. That clean, you go clean up school workplace. Going on community to have a task at plan. Every cover song on for clean at the plan. Make a go through the dengue across the island. Let's put it on the Facebook and Instagram. Tell the world nation fair. These are the national free crew come join the fight. Stop mosquito from biting. Mosquitoes will be dead, not alive. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness.
Please kill me. Need a product that can cool down your house and reduce your light bill this summer? Introducing Lanco Cool Guard Paint. Yes, Lanco Cool Guard Paint uses Thermaflex technology, a tiny insulating microsphere that expands as the outside temperature of the coating rises. This blocks heat from penetrating the surface, reducing over 80% of all that heat inside your house. Feel cooler inside this summer. Ask for Lanco Cool Guard Paint for a cooler space.
The government of Jamaica, through the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport, will be hosting the National Independence Church service under the theme Jamaica 62, One Love to the World, on Sunday, July 28, 2024, commencing at 9 a.m. at the Grace Missionary Church, 7 West Avenue, Kingston 8, with host pastor Reverend Mark Dawes and speaker Bishop Rowan Edwards from the Lighthouse Assembly. Listen on Love 101 FM as we will share this National Church service with you. Listen for the service from the Bethel Baptist Church immediately after. That's the National Independence Church service this Sunday, July 28th at 9 a.m. Listen right here on the family station, Love 101.
Love 101 is coming to Cool Mandeville this Saturday, July 27th at Cecil Charlton Park from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. A full day of fun and such. Calling churches, schoolers for holiday, and more. You've got to come on out. So you think you can cook? Come show your emotions, crazy to skills. Your DIY. The family station, Love 101.
Los Angeles.
All right. Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And before the break, we were just talking about the news that was, a statement that was released by the Jamaica Premier League yesterday. And I will read it. So it says, the Professional Football Jamaica Limited, PFJL, is pleased to announce the merger of their United Football Club and Phoenix All-Star Football Academy. This management partnership will be spearheaded by Craig Butler, founder of the Phoenix All-Star Academy and a distinguished figure in the history of and legacy of Jamaican football. This merger marks a significant milestone in the evolution of their United, promising a future of growth and success under Butler's esteemed leadership. Craig Butler, known for his exceptional contribution to football development in Jamaica, brings a wealth of experience as an innovative approach to club management. His work with the Phoenix All-Star Academy has garnered international acclaim, providing top-tier talent and enhancing the profile of Jamaica football on the global stage. With this partnership, Butler is set to bring his expertise and vision to their United, positioning the club for an exciting new era. The PFLJL CEO Owen Hill expressed his enthusiasm about this alliance, starting, "We are thrilled to welcome Craig and the management of Phoenix All-Star Football to the local football ecosystem. His proven track record in football development and his commitment to excellence align perfectly with the PFJL's vision for professional football in Jamaica. We believe the partnership will significantly enhance the competitive landscape of the Jamaica Premier League in short, medium, and long term. Butler's management control over technical proceedings of their Phoenix United is expected to bring several developments to the club, which includes competitive excellence, which is building a formidable team capable of competing at the highest levels in the Jamaica Premier League and making significant impact in the regional competition. Enhanced youth program development or youth development program, Butler plans to invest in the club's youth academy, ensuring the identification and nurturing of young talent, both male and female, which is crucial for a long-term success of Very United and Jamaican football as a whole. Infrastructure upgrades, improving the club's facilities, including training grounds and stadium amenities to create a conducive environment for player development and for engagement. Community engagement initiatives strengthening the bond between the club and the local community through various outreach programs promoting football of the grassroots and fostering a strong sense of community pride. Craig Butler shared his vision for the club, stating, I am honored to take on this role and eager to lead Very United into the new era of success. Our focus will be developing talent, engaging with our community, and striving for excellence on and off the field. Together, we will build a club that embodies the spirit and passion of the Jamaica football. In commenting on the freshly linked deal, club president Lothan Cousins emphasized that the decision to partner with Phoenix All-Star Academy was an outcome of meticulous planning underscored by visionary ambitions. Clarendon is historically an incubator for national talent development, and the nature step to partner with Greg and his Phoenix brand to the club to new horizons. The partnership is rooted in growth and community development. However, make no mistake about it, we are also the business of winning both on and off the field. Listen, this is and of course that was a statement that was released yesterday as it relates to the PFJL announcement about Phoenix Academy, the merger of Phoenix Academy and Very United. As I said, this is going to be, or this will be interesting times, because now that Craig Butler will be a part of, because Phoenix was never a part of in terms of the National Premier League, right? And I suspect, it would have been easier, in my opinion, to partner with a club that is either going to get promoted or is either established in the Premier League already. I think it would have been harder. So you find a club that is not as strong but have a good business sense, and I can see why the Bear thing will probably work out for Craig. He has been known to be a very interesting personnel, and so interesting person. So it will be interesting days ahead. Obviously, we will continue to follow this story and to keep you guys updated. But this also speaks good for the PFJL and Jamaica Premier League overall, because let's face the fact. Yeah. Craig, in his management skills and development skills, have developed players like Leon Bailey, and it is something that seemed that it can work. And he has developed other younger players, and have brought Phoenix stars, Dujon Whisper overseas. They are getting these international opportunities, so it means that there will be greater opportunities with Craig, and his links to the European market. There will be greater opportunities for, if somebody I suspect joins Very United or joins Very Phoenix, the new name, right? For them to be scouted internationally. And ultimately, that is what we want for our players, not just for Phoenix, Vera Phoenix, but for all the other clubs. But I suspect now that they will have the, I guess, initiating this um partnership, then it will speak good. I don't think just for them, but I think that the other clubs too will benefit. Because if a scout comes and, have to, get record on a particular player, they might, see another player and might be interested in another player. So it speaks well for football overall, but for Craig to wanting to be this involved now in terms of a Jamaica Premier League basis as well, it means that the PFJL is doing something right in terms of the direction that the Jamaica Premier League is heading into. And I have to say, hats off to CEO Owen Hill and the work that he and his team continues to do to be making this competition or local league be attractive, because that is really what we want ultimately for in persons who have the money out there to invest into the local Premier League. And so we are able to put on show the skills of the players, and so it can be a stepping ground for them not to just be playing local football, but attracting persons from outside, so persons within the Caribbean, which is currently happening now because we do have other players from the Caribbean playing in the Jamaica Premier League, but not that, and to make them also attractive to overseas clubs. That's the ultimate goal of any local competition that takes place. When you organize so well, it enables investors to come in, invest in your product, and not also, but then put your product on show, and persons are able to get better opportunities, and we can pay the players so that the players, the clubs can get the money, the community can get involved, and at the end of the day, the players and the coaches are able to find it as a job, because you can check the stats. Most of the players who play, except for probably those at some of them at club in St. Anne, which name is slipping my head now, but a lot of the players that play in the Premier League, they have a 9 to 5. They have a 9 to 5, and they then have to go to training after this 9 to 5. It is crazy that you have to get a job and then come do a second job. Where in most parts of the world, playing football is your job. Like, you get up, you go to training, you go back home, and that pays the bills and everything. And I think it is that with partnerships like this, it is making the Premier League more attractive, and so the different clubs can get the different investments and be able to pay players properly, so that they don't really have to go look at 9 to 5 if they don't have to like playing football, and so they will spend more hours training, which will make the development of football in Jamaica extremely better, because they don't have anything to focus on other than going home and going to training. Yeah, so it's a good look. I like it. I know that we bound to have personalities clash, because we know how Mr. Butler is, but it is good to see this merger, and we wish that club all the best, as the Jamaica Premier League season is about to begin. Yeah, so all is well right now, and we're happy for it. We're gonna go for a break on Sports Talk, and then when we come back, of course, we will be talking about Olympics, or more of the Olympics. Yeah, we'll be right back.
We have all been there. You feel the flu coming on and you want to catch it early before you start feeling horribly sick. But between syrups, rubs, drops, pills, and sprays, it's hard to know what to use for which symptom. Don't worry, when it comes to everything cold and flu, choose Pharmacold and Flu. This little tablet relieves nasal congestion, sore throat, pain, and fever. Get on with your day with Pharmacold and Flu. Distributed by Massey Distribution.
The report is out.
What report?
The Constitutional Reform Committee's report of recommendations.
Recommendations on what?
On how we move from a monarchy to a republic, of course.
So what's in it?
The creation of the office of president and changes to our parliament. Yes, man. It also includes a new qualification for membership in parliament. I know you want to see that one.
Read the full report at roadtorepublic.mlca.gov.jm.
We are on the road to republic.
Keep your career options open for local and overseas job opportunities in the booming hospitality and tourism industry with City and Guilds and ABE endorsed certification at Distinction College. Start online and face-to-face classes very soon in a career of high demand for workers globally and get certified in housekeeping, food preparation, waitering, travel, tourism, and hospitality. Bartending and mixology, customer service, call center, cake baking and decorating, airline ticketing. No subjects required, no age limit. Register this week and get an additional course for free. Call Distinction College at 876-356-4167 or 354-8560. Visit us in Kingston, Spanish Town, Ocho Rios Online or St. Elizabeth.
Love 101 is coming to Cool Mandeville this Saturday, July 27th at Cecil Charlton Park from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. A full day of fun and such. Calling churches, schoolers for holiday and more. You've got to come on out. So you think you can cook? Come show your motions. Visit your skills. Your DIY on the live with the Love FM announcers and DJ Rebirth. What a holy niceness. Come and register for career advancement courses, sixth form pathway and CSET classes with Distinction College with IIRQ. Also on location, Can-Care Pharmacy, Cyber Circuit Computers, Professional Eyewear, and lots more. It's a whole day of cooking, singing, and more ting and ting. In the midst of light, just come back and water still not peeping. You can still smile a while and give your face a rest. Yes, Mandeville, come on out and let's do this all day. The Love FM way. Cecil Charlton Park, 10 a.m. for the cook-off and 2 p.m. for the sing-off. Tune up your happy muscles and don't you miss it. This Saturday, July 27th, Cecil Charlton Park, and we'll be live on the family station, Love 101.
All right, welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And the Olympics have begun, yes. I think I said that at the top of the show, but just in case you're just tuning in, thank you for those who are tuning in on the radio bands. And of course, those who are joining on Facebook and YouTube, a very good Olympic afternoon to you. I hope you've been catching up on the sports and watching some new things while track and field is going on. All right, so good. Opening ceremony of the Olympics. So I watched highlights of the opening ceremony of Olympics, and I must say, I have a few thoughts, but this is the only thing I say. It was a very interesting opening ceremony. And truth be told, there are a lot of persons who I'm seeing on social media that they didn't really like the opening ceremony. And neither did I. I just wasn't a fan. I think Tokyo, it doesn't stand out. Like when I compare it to London, when I compare it to Beijing, when I compare it to Rio, when I compare it to Tokyo, yeah, this is probably, when I compare it to Sydney, when I compare it to Atlanta, it's probably last on the list. Not probably. It is last on the list. It wasn't it for me. And I hear many persons saying, maybe because, they have come into this new age type of thing. Yeah. it wasn't very attractive. I was glad the minute it was over and we can get on with the actual games. So I am looking to see what they're gonna come with in the closing ceremony, because the opening ceremony was a miss. It was a miss for various reasons across the board. I don't think, and just, I guess also because it was raining and it was on the river, and then there's so many like stories in terms of just so many stories, and yeah, but that's it. I'll leave that. Moving on to, because you can't talk about sports and don't talk about the outfits. Another thing that was a miss was the Jamaican outfit. I did not like our opening ceremony outfits. They were okay, to say the least. Probably like a 5.5 out of 10, if you ask me. Yeah. We, There's one that I really, really didn't like. The one that kind of looked like an astronaut uniform. Yeah, that was a miss for me. I think that culturally, we can do a lot better. In terms of, I think we have enough fashion designers. I think, but I guess these are not important things for, like, I guess the J3s, or rather the Jamaica Olympic Association. But I do believe that we could have like a sit down with Puma, with like local designers, and we create something that is, reflective of our culture. I don't know, but it wasn't. That's what it was. It wasn't happening. It was okay. Like, I'm like, the athletes just looked like they were just like, most of it looked like tracksuits, which I can't understand why we can't just have like good stuff. Like everybody else, is in something reflective of their culture in jackets and other things. Haiti's opening ceremonies outfit was one of maybe the good ones. Australia's own looks good as well. So I don't know why we have to be stuck in looking like, and the yellow being such a dominant color as well. I mean, I understand, you want to attract, but I feel like, mixing a little green in there could have helped. But I think it was just the overall design. I don't think a lot of effort was placed in the outfit. I just feel like them to say, okay, we're just going to wear these things, and everybody like, all right, fine. But to make a statement, I mean, we're already going to be making statements on the track and the other things, as we would have seen with that New Zealand rugby player and Shelley and Fraser Price. So we already have the stars, which is good. But I feel like we could do a little bit more effort in the clothes. Yeah, man. It's not a major thing but let me tell you why I had my expectation up for the clothes. Because when, was it champs that we were? Yes. Or, yeah, was it champs? No. Was it? Yeah, I think it was. Right. When the Jamaican outfits, the track outfits were released, I said, this looks like we made some effort. Like some effort was made in the design of the clothes. And so I had my hopes up that this effort would have continued. You get what I'm saying? So because, they kind of put my hopes up for the when they released the outfits, right? They kind of put my hopes up there. It was the invitation of the year, right? They kind of put my hopes up at that meet. Yeah, man. Hopes were sky up. And then after that, we kind of, compared to what the athletes are about to wear next week and what we wore last evening or yesterday, Yeah. Nope. It wasn't it. It wasn't it. It was not it. And it is, we were saying, maybe, should we? Yes, we should look good all the time. We should look good all the time. And as I said, I hope that in the future we can maybe have a competition locally. We have so much talent locally that we could have had a competition about this Olympic uniform, make it a big thing, get the masses involved in the process, right? And then, Puma has done a lot in terms of sponsorship for us. But I feel like opening ceremony, man, what for talk, man. I'm so, it begs to see, like, 'cause I'm like, actual close and opening ceremony, yeah, man. It didn't live up. So I'm actually now looking forward to the outfits next week because yeah, yesterday wasn't it. Right. And then of course, so then the opening ceremony overall for me was like, yeah. The outfit never good. The opening ceremony was a miss. And the outfit was a miss. I'm like, yep. I just really hope that this was just a day thing and not, a continuous. But yeah. So we'll look forward to that. I will look forward to what the other things that will come in the Olympics. Yes. All right. So this morning, our judo player, or judo athlete Ashley McKenzie, he was able to win his first match. 10 Love was unfortunately lost his second match, 1 Love, and so he was eliminated in the round of 16. Based on his performance, I think he did very well. He represented us very well, and outside of all the controversy that happened and who should have represented us in judo and all the news that happened as it relates to judo, I think he represented himself very well, and we are very proud of him. He was the first person to go out there and put on the national colors, and I think he did very well to make it to the round of 16, which means that he basically can call himself one of the top 16 athletes in the world in judo. And that is a big deal. So we're looking forward to, I think the next person that will be in action for us is going to be our swimmers. So we're looking forward to that. And then, of course, next week when track and field starts, and then, of course, we'll have Yona in diving. So, the Olympics will continue coming. Things are very interested over there in Paris. As I said, most of the other sports have started. And then when we come back from the break, we're going to be talking about, what has gone on so far at the Olympics. And then there's a story that I'd like to just put a highlight on because I thought it was interesting. Let's just say that. So we're going to go for another break right here on Sports Doc. And when we'll come back, we'll finish up our talks about the Olympics and just close off the show. Yeah? I will be right back.
Seven to 5 in smart TV with sound bars that they get them ruined. Samsung Galaxy smartphone a day. S24, S24 plus 3 grand prize when I get money for splash. $1 each in a big money cash.
Get trivia prices of data and credit. Switch to Flow or activate any unlimited prepaid plan. Or pay a yard and road bill on time and in full for chances to win. Conditions apply.
Jamaica! The 2024 JCDC Jamaica Gospel Star Competition is getting hotter. We're now down to 7 gospel warriors en route to becoming this year's Jamaica Gospel Star. And the action is live on CVM, Sundays in prime time at 8 p.m. And remember, your vote counts. Jamaica Gospel Star, live Sundays on CVM at 8 p.m.
Love 101 invites you to set your day before it begins with midnight prayer and praise, Mondays at midnight. It's the third prayer watch, a period of much spiritual activity. You will be strengthened during this time of prayer and praise. Midnight prayer and praise is during the third watch of the night, the time to strengthen yourself spiritually and seek direction. Time to command your day. Midnight prayer and praise, Mondays at midnight through to 3 a.m. early Tuesday morning. 3 hours to set your day with prayers offered in each hour. Midnight prayer and praise is on the family station, Love 101.
To facilitate the National Emancipation and Independence Church service on Sunday, July 28 at 9 a.m., the service from the Bethel Baptist Church will be aired immediately after at 11 a.m. Thank you for making it Love 101 FM, the family station.
Welcome back to Sports Talk right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. And we are in the last segment of our show, but we're still talking about Olympics. And one of the biggest stories coming out of the Olympics now is what is happening regarding Canada's women's football team. And just a backstory, I think it was New Zealand. Yes, New Zealand. They were about to play New Zealand. New Zealand was training, and they decided that they were going to fly a drone over the New Zealand's training camp, training time, where they were training. And initially, the assistant coach, that person was suspended, I believe, from the Olympics, but no, the actual coach, it says, investigations have been released now, that the coach herself as well, so the head coach, she has, again, another person from the camp, based on new reports, also been suspended from the Olympics. People, they take the Olympics very serious, but not only that, like, why would you think that flying a drone over your opponent's training time would be like a good thing to do? Like, you have video clips and other things, and it's not like we live in an age that information is not available on teams and how they play, etc., etc. Like, I can't believe that in 2024 we are spying on other teams. Come on, man. Come on, man. Like, in 2024, and now this is a big thing now, because not only did you get yourself suspended from the Olympic Games, right, to pretty much tarnish your record, but then now it is under investigation, and they're saying, okay, after the Olympics, we're gonna have to now review, because we can't really punish, because the actions were taken by the coach and the assistant. The team can't be punished, but you can just imagine being training over these years as a team, as they have been, and then you hear, okay, because your coach decided to spy on another team, you have to get other coach, from the backroom staff. That we're talking about tactics, we're talking about the spirit of the team, we're talking about defending gold medalists, Olympic gold medalists. Come on, people. How did we get to this stage of spying on other persons? How? Like, of all the things that you could do, spying on your opponents, and I do believe that that's their first match, but spying on their opponents, come on, man. Unethical is not even like a good description that I want to use. But I maybe other things, but unethical. We just leave it at that. So we're gonna follow this story to see, how probably Cass will rule on a case like this, and obviously this is going to go to like the biggest committees, and then you will hear, what will happen now is because this has happened. This is not just an indictment on their team. This is going to cause for future Olympics for them to be banning certain things. So drones could probably be banned in the next Olympics. We don't know, because drones are usually used for recreational activities. Most of our athletes know they're vloggers, they're YouTubers, they're this. So, they want to get content. Usually, the cameras will not be able to go everywhere. And sometimes you want to see what's happening on the behind the scenes, and the athletes are just the best. Sometimes are giving us the behind the scenes, and this is not just something that will affect them, but this is also something that will affect like everything going forward. Because these, for them to suspend them, it means that it's a big thing. But jeez, man, can't believe people are doing this in 2024. I was really, really so disappointed when I saw the news. And it didn't matter who it was. I was just disappointed because I'm like, anybody, you can go on Google and search for anybody. You can search for any team. You can search for any footage. You can pretty much, Google is like an open book. Like, come look at me. So for this to be happening now, so disappointed. But let's talk about because the next time we'll talk will be next week Saturday, right? So I won't get a time to talk about, and I know people have been pressuring me too, my Olympic medal count. I know last week when I was speaking to Daniel and Kamal, I did say that I was gonna get to do it, but I never got to do it. But I promise I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna post it on my socials before Track and Field begin, so we can see what's going on for that, right? Cool. All right, so let's talk about who is going to be in action for the next few minutes. That we will talk about who is going to be in action next for us. And I do believe that our swimmers are up next. Young swimmers that we have representing us, so we wish them all the best. I'm just trying to tell you, maybe not off the top of my head, but definitely share with you who will be next in competition. But I know, like tonight, if you're interested, some swimming finals will go on tonight. Currently, tennis is happening, and we have interesting matchups going on. So now I know Rafael Nadal and Carlos Alcaraz, they are representing Spain. Yes, they are representing Spain in the doubles match going on. And then I know Coco Gauff, she's currently playing with her partner, Pendula, and they're currently playing and this is now round of 32. So, as I said, a lot of sports, and this Olympics being the pinnacle of a lot of the sports. Yes, tennis does have Grand Slam, but winning an Olympic gold medal being an Olympic gold medalist in tennis is also something big. So yeah. So our next, let me just Jamaica. Right. Our next athlete that will, as I said, will participate. I do believe it's the young curlew swimmer. And he will bow into action. He will bow into action on August 2nd in the and this is his race is going to be like at 4 a.m. And that's the thing about this Olympics, people. For the next like 2 weeks, we're going to be up early mornings and afternoons, which I think we're kind of used to because we had to also do that for Tokyo. So when the Olympics is excuse me, is not on our side of the world, then we know that we have to kind of do this zombie thing. So next week, Friday, you'll see Mr. Curlew in the men's 100-meter butterfly. Yes, men's 100-meter butterfly, and he swims at 4 a.m. And then on the third, the female swimmer, Lynn, she goes in the women's 50-meter freestyle, and which would be Saturday morning, and her swim time is going to be at 4:13 a.m. And so, of course, next week show we'll be able to keep you up to date, as it relates to how they would have performed and if they would have made it to the next round. And then, of course, track and field starts also next week, Friday morning. And we will see action in the women's. Well, there will be preliminary rounds for the men's decathlon. They will have qualification for the hammer throw men's. We don't have a representative in that, but what we do have a representative is Lamar Diston in the high jump. So she will be our first competitor out in the women's high jump at 3:15. And then we will have our women participate in round one of the 100 meters. So at 4:50 a.m. And this is all next week. This is all next week, Friday. And then we will have women's qualification. So in the morning hours, we'll have women's qualification in the triple jump, where we have three competitors, Shanika Ricketts, Kimberly Williamson, and Akila Smith. The 4x4 mixed relay will have the opening round. We'll see the opening round also of the 800 meters. And then that day closes off with the men's 10,000 meter finals. And then August 3rd, Saturday morning, we will have qualification of the men's 100 meter round one. That will happen at 4:45 a.m. Yes. And then we will have the men's shot put final, the women's 100 meter semifinals, women's triple jump finals, and this is all Saturday afternoon now. The 4x4 mixed finals, the women's 100 meter finals, all of that will take place on Saturday. And so we will get a chance when we meet next week to talk about who would have made it into the finals of the women's 100 meters and look forward to, what will happen in the finals. So yeah, that has been Sports Talk. We do this every Saturday between the hours of 1 to 2 p.m. right here on the family station, Love 101 FM. I know the team is having a fantastic time at the Cecil Charlton Park in Mandeville. So, that's going on. So if you're in that area, go down, support this or Love 101 team who is in there. And of course, later you can still go support and then come back and catch some Olympics. Yes. So that has been Sports Talk. Thank you to Kareem. Thank you so much, Kareem, for always facilitating me like this and continue the good work in studio. All right, guys. Until next week, have a great rest of your weekend and keep safe until we meet again. Bye.